It gets me every time. Hey guys, because of coronavirus, my roommate and I are actually moving out of our apartment. So I kind of decided there's no better time than the present to do a little bit of a New York apartment tour. I've been binge watching these all of the time because I'm just dreaming about coming back to New York. I'm moving out because we're not going back to work until January, and there's just no point in paying for an apartment anymore. But I did love this apartment, and if I could, I would definitely come back to this exact same one. But nonetheless, so just some deets on the apartment. I pay $1,550 as well as my roommate $1,550, which brings the apartment out to $3,100. We each pay $100 in utilities, so total we pay $3,300 a month for this apartment. It is a flex 2 bedroom, so this wall is not real. And I have the actual room. I don't know how the other apartments look like in this building, but it is a walk-up building. There are 7 stories. We're on the 4th one. We're also in the financial district, which I think is the best part of Manhattan. There's so many good things around, so many nice World Trade Centers right there, and there's a lot of trains and just access to everything around here. So that's one thing that I really like about this area, and one thing that I'm really sad to leave as well. We had a 1-year lease, so you can renew that year over year. And the management company was really nice, really good with us in terms of moving out a little bit early because of the coronavirus. We're actually not the only people to move out. The 3 people who live above us have also moved out. And after we move out, there's only going to be 2 people below us. So coronavirus is definitely hitting everybody pretty hard, but I'm really sad to leave this apartment. And I think it's a great apartment. And it's also very good for the price point, I think, because we're in the financial district area, and we get our own bedrooms to ourselves. $1,650 might be a lot for some people, and it definitely was like a gut punch to pay that, but I thought it was so worth it because of the area, and I love this apartment in and of itself. So let's get into the video. Apartment, the first thing you see is this huge mirror. I actually brought it from my last apartment. It's an IKEA mirror. I love it so much. I will take it to any apartment that I go to. After that, you got the TV. This is my roommate's TV. We just use it in this kind of living room area to watch TV. It's an Amazon TV, so it has a ton of different shows on it and stuff like that. Underneath, we have this futon with all of Louie's equipment. That's my roommate's dog. He loves to use his toys, and this is also my roommate's desk. I have to give my roommate all the credit for the design in this apartment because she just has the eye that I definitely don't. Everything you see here, all of this setup, all the stuff on the walls as well was all set up by her. Could never have done it myself. She was already here when I moved in, and she had 2 roommates before, so she had it all set up. And then we have this wine cart and this nice little, add a little vodka, amen. Then we move on to the kitchen part. So the kitchen, it's actually pretty spacious, and it has a ton of space in it. Nonetheless, we have a lot of cabinetry as well. The cabinets have everything that we need. I brought in my own set of cutlery and paper plates and plates and everything, and it was all able to fit in here. All the refrigerator also came with the apartment, so we didn't have to worry about that. This is the area where I've been working from home. The bar stools are perfect, and the bar area is perfect just to set up my work. And then I worked here, and my roommate worked there, so it worked out pretty well. That we had 2 separate spaces to ourselves to focus on our work, and then we have more cabinetry under here. So there's a ton of cabinet space in this apartment. It seems small, but that's what makes it all able to fit in places, because there's just so much hidden storage. And then we move into the bathroom. I remember when I first came in here and I was like, what is this? This is the sink to behold. But yeah, it's just like a pretty regular bathroom. We have some space underneath with the trash and my water pick and of course the mirror. And then we put this in here just to add a little bit more space for the both of us. My roommate has the top two and I have the last one. And then the shower is a nice little shower that we use obviously every day. And the window is like fogged out and there's also nobody behind there, so it doesn't even matter. But I've never felt like weird about that, and our management company has been pretty good about like changing things and cleaning things up if we ever feel like it's not good. But yeah, pretty small apartment, pretty small bathroom, but it does the job, and that's what I really like about it. Like I didn't need anything too crazy. So let's get into the rooms. So I'm gonna start off with my roommate's room. She has the flex room. So this wall is fake, and I'll show you at the top. If there's anything you know about flexes, flex rooms are considered like you can't have, I don't know how to explain it. The flex wall cannot hit the ceiling. So it has to be 12 inches from the ceiling. That's like New York regulation. But the ways that people get around it is by putting that window in there. So that's what they did in this room in order to make it like a secure space. This one also does have a door on it, so that's pretty good. And this was also installed when she moved in here, so she didn't have to pay for the flex wall either. One thing about flex rooms is that you don't have a closet, so she had to create her own closet, and I think she did it pretty well. So this is her closet space and her shoes as well, and she has a ton of storage on top of there to store things that she wouldn't necessarily have. And she has a mirror as well, mirror gang. And I think the best part of her room, she fits a twin bed or a full bed in here, and she has all of this space to herself as well. A nice space for a chest and a rack for her to add all of her other stuff, as well as a TV hung in the corner. And then behind the door is storage space as well. But the piece de resistance of her entire room is the balcony. So look at the pops. So it's a beautiful summer day, but I think the best part of even having this in entirety is look at this. So when we're not in quarantine, that's the Moxie. It's the Moxie Hotel. And that's a basketball court that people can play on. And it's hilarious to watch people play because they can't. And then we have a Zara down there as well. And there's a ton of different stuff around here. CVS right there. There's a laundry room right there. We don't have a laundry in our apartment, so we have to take it to the laundry wash and fold right there. So it's perfect that it's just right there and we don't have to go too far. But it's definitely a nice little spot to be in, especially when it's really warm outside, really nice, and you just want to come out here, hang out with some friends, stuff like that. So moving on to my room, I have to warn you that it is definitely not as pretty as my roommates because I'm just like design challenged. I've learned, unfortunately, that I just don't have the eye for anything. So I'm trying my best, you know, kept it simple, kept it plain, but here we go. So when you walk in, I have this little rug that I've had since my old apartment, and just like a general overview. So definitely the first part, like when I was first moving in here, this is a queen bed, and I lived in a like true one bedroom last time in my old apartment, so a queen bed was perfectly fine. But moving in here, having a queen bed was a really bad idea because it took up 90% of the space. So if you had a full bed in this room, it would be perfectly fine. As you can see in my roommate's room, she has a full bed and it looks just so much bigger. But one thing that I'm happy about is that I can fit a ton of stuff underneath here. So anything that I couldn't fit in my closets, I just shoved underneath there. But look, I have a full bed, and then I have a painting on the wall, and I have a bedside drawer, and then I have my bookcase, and my bookcase has all of my shoes on it and my bags on top, and my bags hug on the side as well. And like my roommate, you can see outside, so I do watch some people sometimes when they're playing at the Moxie, but I do not get the view of the World Trade Center, so that's kind of sad. But it is like, it's a perfect room for me because I think it's small, it gets the job done, but I'm the type of person who's not in her room often, so I don't really mind not having too much space. And I was able to fit everything that I wanted to in here, so that's all that mattered to me. So I have 4 drawer chests from IKEA, and then I have my TV on top of that. And then I have my desk right here. Don't mind the earplugs. They were protests a couple days ago, and they had their LRAD machines out, so that was a good time. But definitely the best part of this room is the closets, because there's 2 of them and they're mirrored. So let me open them up. I have so much stuff, which is why it was good that I had these so I could hide everything away. So I have a lot of my suitcases because I had to put them somewhere, and then I have this second drawer chest under here with some sweatshirts on top of that and all of my clothes, and then even more stuff up there. My mom sent me a ton of ginger, so I had to like hide it away down there, and then that's just another suitcase bag. And then in this part, we have just some of the extra tubs that I use, my laundry, my penny board, all of my jackets and sweaters, which is a ridiculous amount, and then a few more tubs up here just to store some miscellaneous items. And then I did get, this was on here when I moved in, so it's just a drawer hanger thing, which is also super helpful for extra shirts and bags that I use every day. And then they have this like really slight little one that I put some more shoes on. And then I was able to hang this here just to have my keys and all of my jewelry and necklaces. So it's a pretty good size room. It gets the job done. It's not the prettiest, but all I asked for was a place to sleep and a place to lay my head at the end of the day. So that's all that matters. So thank you for watching. I know it's definitely a lot, and I'm not the most eloquent, to say the least, but definitely wanted to give you guys a little insight into what an apartment in the financial district could look like, especially in a walk-up area among the many high-rise buildings around here. It's kind of cool to live in a building that's been around for a really long time, but definitely making the upgrade next time to an elevator building because these knees can't handle it. Okay. And I really feel bad for the people who live above us because I will always hear them stop on this landing and just go and I'm like, I could never do it. 7 floor walk up, moving in, moving out. It was bad enough moving in a 4th floor walk up. I can't imagine moving in on a 7th floor walk up. But on a good note, the financial district area is beautiful, and if I could come back and live in this exact same area, or maybe even this exact same apartment, I would be 100% for it because it's just beautiful. The water's down the street, and I love this area. So if you guys have any questions or any comments, I'll leave all my information below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.